Okay, we'll be going into, talking Sango Otta. That's the deplorable state of that road. Let's talk about it right away. That's the deplorable state of Sango Otta Road, as well as Lagos-Abeokuta Expressway in Ogun State, is generating concerns for residents and commuters. Now, they decry government's lackadaisical attitude towards the roads as business activities and vehicular movement are adversely affected.
Yes, and TVC News Olawakon visited the area and brought in this report.
This is the current state of Lagos-Abeokuta Expressway shortly after the bridge in Sango area of Ogun State. Community residents and those who do businesses in the area lament how they have been struggling with the deplorable state of the federal government road for many years. No doubt, cars that ply this road daily would have a shorter lifespan, given the pockets of potholes with a tendency to damage their vehicles.
If there's any rain now, we are in problem. We can't walk. We are always spend money in our Marua to buy spare parts is too high. For example, this tire, when you climb up a stone every day, we have a problem about it. Now it's 6,000 before it's 15,000 now. So the cost of living is difficult. The road is not good. We are suffering every day. Motor spoiled here, and if there is rainy season, we are coming to rainy season now. No place to go now. Motor will not pass here again. Business will not move now. Business will not move. So we will appeal to government to come and rescue us from here. If you look at dust, it's everywhere. So people cannot, we are not enjoying this road.
Some of these concerned residents told TVC News that one spot in Joju area is nothing compared to the worst situation in Ijako, Owode and Iyanologbo.
In between Ifo and Sango Otta, there is a place called Owode. That place, last Saturday, when there was early hour rain, people coming from Ifo or going to Ifo spend more than 3 hours on a journey that's no more than just 20 minutes.
There's no road at all. We don't have road at all. And we are doing a normal something. From here to over there, you will see road safety, trace, TIO in many places, and it's not done anywhere.
And so I took a ride by motorbike to the highlighted areas, and my experience was an eyesore. From Ijako down to Owode and Iyanologbo, we found spots on the road which residents claimed the federal government had neglected. They also believe with some palliative measures, the state government can make the road at least passable.
Commuters of this road and residents of Owode, Ijako and Iyanologbo say this is what they've been facing for the past 5 years. They decry the deplorable state of this road.
See along this very road, a lot of big vehicles, containers, they are in big danger to all these small vehicles. Now. So if the federal government can be able to help us, to assist us, do something on it, it will rescue we people living here.
State government can just come in form of a palliative, the way they did somewhere in Mowe when the road was terrible. If they can just come, just to kind of palliative to assist the federal government, the way Lagos government has been doing, in fact, we will go a long way.
They say the place is always flooded whenever it rains, and that a journey of 10 minutes becomes 3 hours.
They should please come to our aid. Our houses in Iyanologbo are always flooded whenever it rains.
They should create drains for us like what they have in Ifo.
The only place where we see FEMA working at the moment is at Papalanto. That is Papalanto. That is the road that links to Ilaru, then goes to Abeokuta. That's the only place, that's the junction of Lavage. That is the only place FEMA is working. We only appeal to government if they can do something about this road. Many people, whenever it rains like this, they hang somewhere in Lagos just to stay.
Residents of the areas and commuters want the federal government to urgently attend to the deplorable state of the roads. and create drains to ensure the situation does not get worse. Ola Awakon, TVC News, Ogun State.
And that,
how much maneuvering can road users actually?
If you listen to some of the drivers, they are angry.
Absolutely,
they are angry
really
at what the state of the roads, and it's really disgraceful to have this kind of a situation. We have our reporter with us. Ola, good morning. It's nice to see you.
Good morning.
You were there on that road, speaking to drivers, speaking to residents and commuters, and all of that. Give us a feel, the vibes from them generally. Let's start from there.
Well, sincerely, I don't envy people flying that particular route, and even commuters. Residents, I don't envy them, because when we got there, right before the bridge, the Sango Bridge, the roads are bad. Immediately after the Sango Bridge to Joju Junction, the roads are bad. Then after that area, when you get to Ijako, the roads are bad. You move forward a little bit, you get to Owode, the roads are bad. You get to Yano Ilugbo, the roads are bad. So the thing is, it's been there. They said, according to them, they've been suffering these menace for the past 5 years.
If not more than that, I mean, when you hear
there was a time,
they said there was a time. There was a time they came. They created drains, but they didn't come back to do follow-up. So when rains come, the place gets flooded and all that. And the rains are very soon, we're going to have the rains.
And this Sango Otta is an industrial hub, is it not?
Yes, it is.
How is it affecting businesses in that area?
Seriously, because I spoke with some of the traders and commercial vehicle owners and all that, and they told me that it's not been easy. It's not been easy. Their vehicles get damaged because vehicles will ply that route on daily basis. Sango Otta, Lagos, Abeokuta Expressway continually on daily basis. Even
that's not the vehicles. What about the human beings?
Human beings. That's what I wanted to say. Yeah. Human beings. You talk of dust. They inhale dust. That's toxins to the body. It is hazardous. Then you talk about even
high
blood pressure and all the rest. So it is not just about the roads now. It's not just about the vehicles. It's even about the people, because they suffer. We had to, when our vehicle got to Sango, because of what we had, we had to park our vehicle somewhere there, just like you saw in the report.
Yeah.
I had to, go by a motorbike that took me to those areas. In fact, I didn't want to go further. I didn't want to go further when I got to Sango, Joju Junction.
Yes.
But when they were, hammering on, no, this place is nothing compared to what you have in front. You just have to get to.
Oh my God.
Okay. I said, okay, no problem. We moved from there. We got to another place. They said, no, you just have to go further. This one is not as when we got to Yano Ilugbo, it was just something else. They said once it starts raining, a journey of 10 minutes eventually takes them 3 hours.
If not
all right.
more.
But in all of this, is there any effort right now, generally, either by the federal government or the state government, from what you've heard, to do anything about that road?
Well, sometimes last year, May precisely, the Minister of Works, Infrastructure, Housing, Mr. Babatunde Raji-Fashola, he mentioned that the federal government was going to create jobs for like 47,000 people to handle federal government, fix federal government roads across. So they felt, that, okay, at last, they were going to address their issues. But since May last year till this particular moment that I speak,
remains a mirage.
It remains this. In fact, it's getting worse. Because the drains that were actually created then, now the drains are no longer there. And the people most especially at Yano Ilugbo are saying that no drains.
These areas we're talking about,
flooded,
they're all in Ogun State.
They are all in Ogun State. They are all in Ogun State.
But of course, Lagos State is still affected anyhow, by the condition of those.
But definitely.
Because people have to,
go
in and out of Lagos every day.
And,
state governments have been asking the federal government to actually cede some of these roads to them so that they can fix it. Because Lagos State, for example, has been doing a lot in fixing some of the federal roads.
Well, that's why
Airport Road is the latest.
Yeah.
If you heard one of the sound bites there, he said if the Ogun State government can actually come up with palliative measures to support the federal government, because The federal government cannot actually do, they can't do everything, but alone they can, because the people that are affected are Ogun State residents.
What about those companies? Any place for corporate social responsibility? Are they? I mean, you look at some roads where you have banks.
When it comes to the law, that is not their responsibility.
Federal government
roads, but
exactly.
there's something called CSR.
Yes, CSR may not come in the way of building roads and infrastructure because it's quite capital expensive.
Just patching that little pothole
it's
that
not little.
shows up.
This is federal government road.
Can you cover it quickly before it becomes a crater?
This is federal government road.
Yeah,
So I feel
that's
the best is the state government to partner with the federal government. If they do what Lagos State government is doing, everybody's saying it's commendable and all the like. So if the same can be done in Ogun State, especially in this area, they are suffering. They are suffering. They are crying, and they just have to do this for them. They say they pay their tax. They've been paying their taxes.
Recently,
that Amosu should do something about it. That the governor should do something about it. So if they can come to can listen to the cries of this, residents and the commuters of that area, I think it will go a long way. We are expecting the rains very soon. The rainy season is coming.
The rains are here.
The rains are here.
It rained yesterday.
People have to sleep over, according to what some of them said. People have to, when it rains and the place gets flooded, if they get there, they have to sleep over till the next day. If you're going to work, maybe you have to resume at 8, you have to leave at 2 a.m.
There's a call to seed roads to state governments now, so the realities are setting in. Olawakon, we must thank you for coming on the program.
Yeah. Thank you so much. You'll have to go back there during the rainy season.
I'll be glad to do that. Because this is a human handle story. And this, if Nigerians are paying their taxes, these things have to be done. Infrastructure, just have to be put in place.
When it comes to the issue of taxes, there are people paying their taxes well enough. There are others who are. So it remains on the table of government to ensure that those who are not paying
should pay their taxes. And those who are paying should also
has
enjoy,
the highest number of those paying taxes in Nigeria.
Exactly. Those who are paying should also enjoy it.
All right. Ola, thank you very much for coming.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Okay, we have to round off with the papers now, just to give you a reminder of what the papers are saying this morning. The Daily Sun is reporting federal government unveils details of 110 abducted schoolgirls. Sets up 12-man probe panel headed by Army General. The U.S. slams new sanctions on factioned Boko Haram leader.
Yes, and the Nation reports Air Force deploys 100 jets in search of 110 girls. No tenure extension yet for Oyegun and others. That's coming from the Nation.
Yeah, and then the Vanguard newspaper said over 1,000 houses burned as Kaduna mayhem worsens. 18 persons arrested as death toll rises to 12. And herdsmen storm Makodi Island, sack 5,000 residents. That's in Benue State. And, Akeredolu recants on Tinubu's committee, and there are so many other issues on the Vanguard newspaper.
Yes, and we will flood market with lower Naira denominations. That's the CBN saying Nigeria must be the only country on earth where you don't have coins.
You don't have coins.
And the lower denomination of currency. It's amazing. How does this economy even work?
If you toss the coin, you'd be like, what's that?
What else do we have here? Okay, death toll in Kaduna. Communal crisis hits 12. Very unfortunate developments there in Nigeria.
This day is the last but not the least here. Federal government sets up panel to probe kidnap of Dapchi schoolgirls, releases list of students, and confusion trails APC tenure extension for Oyegun and others. And 20 killed in Adamawa in herdsmen farmers clash, 5,000 sacked from Benue community. These are some of the stories this morning on the paper. So you can get details on all of those to know what's happening in the country. Well, have a great day ahead, I must say, and thanks for spending your morning with us. I am Mike Okwoche.
Right, we look forward to having you join us again tomorrow, same time, 7 a.m. to 9. We do this every day. I am Ngozi. I leave you. Enjoy the rest of the day.